Here are 5 fun things you can do while you're visiting New York City. Number 1, make sure you go to Roosevelt Island. It's really easy to get there with the subway from Manhattan. It'll take you less than 10 minutes. There is an abandoned smallpox hospital on the southern tip of Roosevelt Island. The hospital was built in the 1850s to treat people with smallpox. In the 1880s, it became a training center for nurses, and since 1950, it has been permanently closed and has been empty ever since. It kind of looks like it could be something out of a horror movie. Give yourself about 2 hours to hang out at Roosevelt Island. You have the smallpox hospital. See if you can find the little cat sanctuary. If you go around sunset, you'll have amazing views of the Manhattan skyline. There's also these gorgeous rolling green hills that you can just picnic on or take a nap on. The whole island is just a really nice place to be. There's not a lot of traffic. There's not that many people. You can escape the hustle and bustle of Manhattan and just kind of relax for a couple of hours. Number 2, this one is really cool. It is the Grand Central Whispering Gallery. If you don't know what a whispering gallery is, you might want to look it up because I'm not sure I'll do a good job explaining it, but basically it's an arch where one person stands on one side, another person stands on the other side, facing away from each other, so facing into the wall, and you whisper, and because of the way the arch is constructed, you can hear what the other person is saying, even if they're 20, 30 feet away from you. There's several of these around the world, but why go to Italy or Turkey when we have one right here in New York City? The easiest way to get to it is when you're in the main terminal at Grand Central. Just ask someone where the Oyster Bar restaurant is, because the arch is right outside the restaurant. From the main terminal, you go down a corridor and down a ramp, and it's right there. Don't go during rush hour like we did, or you'll have a lot of people you gotta navigate through. Number 3, the High Line Park, which was completed in 2009, so it's relatively new still. The High Line Park is a 1.5 mile long elevated linear park on the west side of Manhattan. It runs from Gansevoort all the way up to 34th Street. There's 11 different entrances along the park. If you go in the first entrance, it really won't take you that long to see all of it. It was built on a former railroad track, which you can actually still see pieces of as you're walking along this park. Don't go on a Saturday or Sunday because there will be hundreds and hundreds of people, as you can see from this video, which we shot on a Saturday. If you go during the week in the morning, there will be a lot less people. There's a lot of cool things throughout the walkway. There's different galleries where you can sit to relax for a bit, where you're basically on top of an intersection and you can look below you. There are plenty of areas to sit, grassy areas and benches if you want to relax. There's different photo opportunities. They even have their own Hollywood sign. There's a lot of really interesting architecture as that area of Manhattan has been revitalized, and there's a lot of modern buildings popping up. There's different stands along the way if you get hungry for a snack or a drink, or if you want to buy some local artwork. I'd say take about an hour or an hour and a half to go for a relaxing stroll. Number 4, the High Bridge, which is New York City's oldest standing bridge. It was completed in 1848, and it connects Manhattan to the Bronx. If you look closely, you can see the Empire State Building that I'm pointing out right here. There's an old water tower. It's a pedestrian bridge, so you don't have to worry about any cars. It's a nice place to go for a walk. You have a nice 360 view. You can enter from High Bridge Park. It really is a magnificent bridge, and especially if you think about the fact that it's almost 200 years old, it's a pretty cool landmark to check out. It was a little noisy from the traffic and the trains underneath, but if you can block out the noise or maybe listen to some music, it's still a pretty relaxing thing to do. Number 5, the Occulus, a train station / mall. It's right by the September 11th Memorial and Museum, so if you're checking that out, you'll already be in the area. This thing looks insane. It cost $4 billion to make. It was designed by a Spanish architect. It's made of glass and steel, and it's supposed to look like a dove in flight. I think it looks more like a giant dinosaur ribcage. It just opened in 2016, and this was my first time visiting it. It's a huge open space inside, which you don't get a lot of in Manhattan. The top 2 or 3 floors are different stores in case you're in the mood for some shopping, and it's also a train station, so you can get on whatever train or subway you need to get to go back to your hotel or wherever you're staying. As a bonus, I want to mention 235th. It's a rooftop bar, and you have an amazing view of the Empire State Building, so you can take super corny pictures like this one. Alright, that's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you checked out any of these places and what you thought of them, or if you have any other suggestions about cool things to do while you're in New York City. Also, I wanted to show you guys my Ithaca is Gorgeous shirt. Oh, you can't even see it.